Good morning, church,
Good morning.
and Happy New Year.
New Year.
We're only 26 days in. It's still a new year. Somebody sent me an interesting message on my phone, because it takes me time to search these things on my phone. I'm still learning my phone. And this message is, say, I dreamed I went to heaven. And then it talks about, well, I think it may take time. It talks about somebody going to heaven. And when he reached there, the escort takes him to show heaven, different parts of it. Goes to one room, and they find a number of angels busy, very busy. It's like a factory, working hard. So this visitor to heaven turned and said, what are they doing? So the escort says, they are busy listening to the prayers and supplications coming from earth. There are so many coming, and so they are so busy, all of them. That's interesting. So then they move on, go to another room, and again there are a number of angels very busy doing things, going here, going there, carrying things, wrapping, packing, and all kinds of things taking place there. So the visitor says, what is happening here? So the escort says, well, this room is also a busy place. It's a busy place because these angels are busy responding to the requests that have been made. Okay? In the first room. Now these angels are responding. They are trying to dispatch the things that they have requested for. Whatever kind of blessings, whatever kind of needs, whatever the people have asked, all these angels are packing them and sending them back to the people who asked for them. Another busy place. So the visitor says, that's interesting. And then as they move on, they come to another room. And there, they find just one angel, almost sitting idle and not much to do. And so the visitor says, what's happening here? And the escort turns and says, well, this place, the angel is not very busy, because once the people receive what they have requested from the second room, not many people turn back and say, thank you for what you have done. So there are not many requests, or there are not many thank you responses coming back. That's why this angel has no work. Okay, that's interesting story. But there's a lot of truth in it. Is that true? So I sent this to a number of my friends. I don't know if I sent one to Anna, Steve, and Ramona. I don't know if I sent you people. Okay. I sent to quite a few people. And just a little while ago, I received a message from one of the people I sent. Now, the message says, dear sir, I want to thank you once again for sending me that story. I narrated it in the old age home this Sabbath afternoon, and even mentioned that it was sent by my principal. Well, I was principal of Calcutta School way back in 1975. Okay? And this person, by the name Sharon Rahul, was a 6th class girl at that time. And I taught them English. It's almost 45, 48 years? 75. She is a teacher herself now in the same school. And so she says, I mentioned that you were sent by my principal. Those old people liked it very much. And I chose the song, Give Thanks, with a grateful heart after the story, and they all enjoyed it. Take care and love Sharon. New Year. We have spent 26 days already this year. And during these 26 days, or at the beginning of this year, we must have made a lot of decisions, lot of promises, lot of resolutions. Although 26 days have passed, I think some of us are still writing 2018 on the checks that we are making and the letters we are sending to our families. Right? Yes, with the ushering of the new year, we do not abruptly drop everything of the past, but build on for the future. The Romans, who gave the names to the months of the year, called the first month as January, naming it after their god, Janus. I believe this god of days, a heathen god, had two faces, and according to their myth, one face looks towards the past and one face looks towards the future. And so they called January, naming after their god Janus, because it is the month that is bridging the old with the new. Different people have different starting days. Like the Jews do not take January as the beginning of the year. For them, the beginning of the year really is our 7th month. Right? And different people have different calendars. Whatever the calendar you follow, whatever the case may be, the new year brings hopes and expectations. It brings lot of aspirations. People make resolutions and promises, hoping to keep each one of them during the year. Someone listed 10 promises that people usually make. 10 promises. There are thousands people make, but 10 prominent promises. Number one, they said, is to spend more time with their families and friends. A good promise to make, right? All those married people we have in the congregation, good promise. To spend more time with the families and friends. Number two, to do exercise regularly. Has anyone made this resolution this year? I know one person who started, and I don't know whether the person is continuing or not. The first day when that person went to the gym, I happened to be there. Okay? Even I made a resolution to do exercise every day. Now don't ask me where I stand. Okay. Number three, to cut down belly, excess fat. Number four, to stop smoking, those who smoke. 5, to enjoy life more. Not always work, 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 but enjoy life more. Number 6, to stop drinking, those who drink. 7, to be out of debt. 8, learn new things. 9, help others. 10, get organized. Many of us are not organized. So, this is one of the resolutions, to get organized. Have you made any resolutions during this year? Nobody?
Oh, I have.
Yes. Okay. Only one out of our congregation. You did? All right. That's all? Okay, one more. There's a poem written by Robert Frost entitled Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. In this poem, he pictures a traveler going into the woods as the snowflakes are falling. And standing there, this traveler looks at these snowflakes carpeting the green grass all around and wishes to stand there for longer than what he could. But he says these words: the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Our first Prime Minister in India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, quoted this statement from Robert Frost. And I remember him more than Robert Frost, because whenever I think of this statement, I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, I always think of Pandit Nehru. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Let's bow our heads, have a word of prayer. Father in heaven, we want to thank you for the time that we could spend with you. The time, mighty Lord, that you have given for us to realize that you are our creator God. You have taken time to make everything that is so beautiful and wonderful around us. You even made us in your own image. We want to thank you, loving Lord, that we can think of you as the God who sustains us. If not for your sustenance, we would have gone long ago. We want to thank you that you are our God, who has entered heaven to redeem us from our sinful lives. Father, as we make promises, which we do every day in and out, help us to keep the promises that we make to you, so that we will remain faithful to you and be found in your kingdom when Jesus comes to take us home. In his name we pray. Amen. Promises to keep is our title. Yes, each one of us make promises, and a few of you said you made promises. I just want to ask you, don't have to raise your hand. How is it with your promises thus far? 26 days in. How are your resolutions materializing during this year 2019? Are you hoping to fulfill what you have pledged, promised, resolved during this year that is ahead of us? To each one of us, there are promises to keep. But the question that comes to us is, for how long? How long can we keep these promises? We all make promises in life and find sooner or later that those promises are broken. In the list that I read a little while ago, you find promises that people make all selfishly made not one in relationship to God that they serve. Promises are often made to impress someone. And once he or she is impressed, the promise is soon forgotten. Or we make promises or resolutions to satisfy our emotionally motivated selfish ego, or because somebody else is making, so I must also. If by chance a promise is kept, we would immediately say, wow, the promise is not broken. We are surprised. I think it was Mary Poppins who said, promises are easy to make and they are easy to break. Promises are easy to break and they are easy to break. This is the case usually with all of us, the human beings. Is it true? We make promises and soon we break them. I do. We say at the marriage altar, I do. And sometimes we even say it very loud, don't we? And then, this promise is soon forgotten, and we have many divorces and broken homes. Banks and credit card institutions, they make a lot of alluring offers when they want you to join them. But if you look at their small print on their contracts, you'll find that in no time you are doomed, you are in debt, and you are in trouble. Friends and families often forget the bonds of commitment in their relationships and hence experience problems in the homes and in social circles. We are quick to make promises and quick to break them. Children of Israel did that. In Exodus chapter 24 verse 3, if you turn, Exodus chapter 24 verse 3. Here, when God spoke to them and gave them a lot of instructions, gave his side of resolution or commitment, children of Israel, they turned and said, all the words which the Lord hath said, we will do. All the words the Lord has said, we will do. Did they? In the 7th verse of this same chapter, God continues through Moses. Then he, referring to Moses, took the book of the covenant and read it in the hearing of the people. And when the covenant was read, they said, all that the Lord has said we will do, and be obedient. Everything the Lord has said we will do. Proclaim each one of them standing around Mount Sinai on that wonderful day. But that promise did not last long. It is recorded in the 24th chapter of Exodus, when they said, all that the Lord said we will do. But in the 32nd chapter, just a few chapters afterwards, we have the sad story of all of them making that idol of golden calf and then worshipping there. They broke the promise in your time. In the same way, we are with our promises that we make. Our promises are easily broken. But that's not the case with God. God's promises, His covenants are everlasting. God is a promise-keeping God. And Paul tells us in 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20, our scripture reading, where God is steadfast in keeping His promises. For all the promises of God in Him are yea, yes. God's promises are always yes. There is no to it. And in Him, amen, let it be, to the glory of God. Promises that God makes are always yea, amen, for the glory of God Himself. Moses emphasized this fact in Numbers 23:19. Here he says, God is not a man that He should lie, nor a son of man that He should repent. God is not there to lie and repent. That is our wonderful God. It is told of William Penn, the man who founded the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You heard this name? William Penn. When he came to this country and met the Native Americans, the Indians, I believe, loved him and respected him a lot. That's interesting. The British came here fighting, killing, destroying, but this man was respected and loved by the Indians. In respect, gratitude, they turned to William Penn and they said, "So we'd like to give you some land that you can occupy and live in us." And so they said, the land that we would give to you would be the land that you can walk around from morning till night. And whatever the land that you cover will be yours. Interesting offer, right? And William Penn took them at their word. And the story goes on to say that he went around as far as he could, as round a circle that he could make, from morning till midnight. And the people looked at him and they said, "Man, he really did it." And the Indians, I understand, gave him the land that they promised. Those days they were called the savage people. Illiterates. Yet those so-called savage people kept their promise, gave him the land that they promised. If they could do that, how much more would our God do for each one of us? We have this wonderful God who keeps His promises, come what may. His promises are always true and are never broken. We fail in keeping our promises, but God never does. It is said, the Bible that we have from Genesis to Revelation contains over 8,810 promises. 8,810 promises. Old Testament, 7,706. New Testament, 1,104. And then, it is also said, the 20th chapter, 28th chapter of book of Deuteronomy alone has 133 promises. Now, I didn't count this. Somebody has done it and they gave these figures. The Word of God is full of promises. And those promises are made by none other than our loving God. And He says, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will by no means pass away in Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. What a wonderful God we have. What a wonderful God. Genesis 15:1. I'm sorry. All these wonderful and never-failing promises of God, we sing this beautiful song, standing on the promises of Christ my King. Through eternal ages, let His praises sing. Glory in the highest, I will shout and sing, standing on the promises of God. Standing on the promise of God, my Savior. Standing, I am standing on the promises of God. Standing on the promises, I cannot fail. Listening every moment to the Spirit's call. Resting in my Savior as my all in all. Standing on the promises of God. Beautiful song. We all know it. Interesting thing is, we sit on the promises. We sit on the promises. Like the unfaithful servant who was given that one talent, what did he do? He took it and buried it in the ground and he said, my master is a cruel man and let me not meddle with this talent, let me keep it down there. That's exactly what we do. The promises that God made are for us to stand and be active and be involved. Be committed. It's not sitting on the promises. We need to stand and do something for God and His glory. These wonderful promises that God made for us are ours to claim and live with. God never fails, and so are His promises. Genesis 12:2, God made a promise to Abraham. He said, Abraham, I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you. Did God keep that promise with Abraham? In Genesis 15:1, He said, do not be afraid. I am your shield. I am your strength. I am your protection. Wherever Abraham went, God was with him, protected him, and cared for him. In Ezekiel 34:26, God makes this promise. He says, I will make everything a blessing for you, for His children. There shall be showers of blessing. Another song we sing. Yes, God's blessings come in showers. Isaiah 41:10, He says, Israel is assured of God's help and strength. Let us read this chapter, verses 8 to 10. Isaiah 41, 8 to 10. If you follow me, quickly it says, but you, Israel, are my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the descendants of Abraham, my friend, you whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called from its furthest regions, and said to you, you are my servant. I have chosen you and have not cast you away. Verse 10. Beautiful verse. Therefore fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will uphold you, I will help you. What a promise. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God assures that his thoughts are of peace and not evil. And further he states, I will be with you even to the end of the world. God is a promise-keeping God. That is why the man of God, missionary to India, William Carey, made this statement. He said, the future is as bright as the promises of God. They don't fade because God never fails. Sister White, Ellen White, made this beautiful statement. She said, we have nothing to fear for the future. Listen carefully. We have nothing to fear for the future. The year that is ahead of us, the year that we do not know what it holds. She says, we have nothing to fear for the future, except we forget the way the Lord led us in the past. We have nothing to fear for the future, but we should not forget God's leadings in the past, because that will help us go boldly into the future. Joshua says in 11th chapter verse 15, he says, he left nothing undone, speak about God, of all that the Lord has commanded Moses. Yes, no promises that God ever made have failed. Hudson Taylor, the missionary who founded the China Inland Mission, used to hang in his house a plaque with 2 Hebrew words written on it. Those 2 Hebrew words on the plaque were Ebenezer, Ebenezer, and the second one is Jehovah Jireh. Ebenezer and Jehovah Jireh. The meaning of these 2 words are, hitherto the Lord helped us. Hitherto, thus far, till now, the Lord helped us. Ebenezer means that. Hitherto, the Lord helped us. He took care of us, He protected us, He cared for us. He did everything in our interest. The second word means, the Lord will see to it and provides. The Lord will see to it and provide. Hitherto the Lord helped us. The way He took care of the children of Israel, right from Egypt, all the way they walked through the wilderness, through the Red Sea, through River Jordan, providing them everything they needed, the food, the sunshine, the protection, everything, the water. Like a hen that cares for its chicks, He cared for each one of them. Hitherto, the Lord helped us. The second word, Jehovah Jireh, means the Lord will see to it. Think of Abraham on that mountain with his son lying down on the altar. And just before they went there, Isaac, carrying the bundle of wood on his head, turns to his father who is walking with a knife and fire in his hand. He says, Father, we have the wood, we have the fire, we have the things that are needed for the sacrifice. But where is the lamb? And Abraham's answer was, the Lord will see to it. He provides. He provides. That is the wonderful God we have. Isaiah 40 verses 21 to 31. If you look at, gives a beautiful assurance. Isaiah 40, 21 to 31. You can look at it when you go to your home. Beautiful assurance from God and His leadings in our lives. After giving a list of past experiences with God, like verse 21, He says, have you not known? Have you not heard? God speaking to the people. Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? And then giving explanation of His creative power in the next few verses. And the might that brought everything into existence, He says in verse 31. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That is the assurance we have from heaven. When God is so faithful to us, how should we show our response to Him? How we should show our response to Him? Yes, we break our promises easily. God never breaks His promises. But we still have to make promises and want to keep them for God's glory. Just a few of us said we made some resolutions this year. But each one of us can make a resolution for God. Simple resolution like reading His Word every day. For His Word is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. I have hidden your word in my heart that I may not sin against you. Read His Word. Can we do that? Read His Word. That can be a beautiful resolution. Praying every day ceaselessly. Praying. Daniel, we read that he used to pray 3 times, opening his window towards Jerusalem every day. There are others who prayed more than 3 times, 7 times. There were others who prayed even more. James tells us, pray ceaselessly. Can praying be a resolution that we can make during this rest of the year that is ahead of us? Serving the needy, helping the ones who are in need. Selfless service is what we can determine to do for God during this year. Giving to God liberally. Giving to God with all our heart into it. Can we do this? Is it a difficult resolution to make? Witnessing for Him boldly. The disciples did this. They said, in the name of Jesus. Witnessing for Him boldly. Focusing on heaven and walking in faith. Simple resolution, just 7 of them. Each one of us can make. So that by keeping these resolutions, God can bless us and in turn make us a blessing to somebody else. My friends, time is short. And we need to do something for God. And therefore, let us make some resolutions. 7 are not difficult, if not 7, at least some of them. When God is so faithful, we should do our best for Him during this year. Especially with our promises to Him and our commitments. Don't raise your hand. But don't you think it is easy for us to keep these simple resolutions? Make these simple promises to God? and go through this year? Booker T. Washington, in his book, Up from Slavery, wrote this interesting story. The story about a slave in Virginia who worked for his master for many, many days and then sought freedom from his slavery. So his master, being a kind man, he said, yes, you can have slavery, but with certain sum of money, if you pay, you can have your freedom. So the story goes on to say, this slave promised to pay that money that the master asked, so that he could obtain his freedom that he so much wanted. And then finding work in Virginia difficult and the pay not very attractive. Hearing that there are better jobs and better pay in Ohio, he requested the master to let him go to Ohio to work and then get money to pay him back. The master trusted him. He said, go. So he had to walk all the way from here, Virginia, to Ohio, because there is no other transportation, especially for the slaves. He went there, worked. Every year he came back walking and paid the master some amount and promised to pay more later on. So it went on. And these were the days when President Abraham Lincoln was ready to make the Emancipation Proclamation. So finally the day came and the Proclamation of Emancipation was made, and that set all the slaves free. This man in Ohio, yes, he too was free, but he could have stayed without paying the band's money of $300 that he still owed. And $300 was a big amount in those days. He must have worked the whole year and gathered that money. He said to himself, I must walk down. In spite of the freedom they obtained, he still said, I will walk down and go and pay that money to my master. And the story tells us that he did. Faithfully, he paid back the balance of $300 that he owed his master to get his freedom. How much can you pay to the Lord for the freedom that he has promised you? How much? What can I give to you, Lord? If I give all the cattle that I have, will you be satisfied? If I offer my children on the altar, will you be satisfied? What can I give? Beloved, all that we can do is keep our promises to God and live for Him and bring glory to His name, is my prayer.
Amen.
Thank you, sir, for that beautiful message that His promises has to be kept. The closing song that we're going to sing is soon and very soon we're going to see the King. I'm looking forward to the end where the Lord is able to come soon and visit and take His children home. Homesick, want to be there with Jesus. So this will be a song where it will give us an opportunity where we will be able to listen. This is a song for each one of us. So this will be a closing song. It's called as soon and very soon we are going to see Him. Let's all stand up. Since
Thank you, loving God, for the time that we could spend in your presence. Thank you for the promises that you have given us. Wonderful promises. And the promise that you will never leave us nor forsake us. The promise that you will be with us even to the end of the world. What a loving and faithful God we are. Lord, in turn, help us to keep our promises with you. To live for you and be your children. Thus preparing ourselves to spend eternity with you when Jesus comes to take us. Till then, keep us loyal and faithful. Because we pray this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Please be seated. I want to thank each one for being a part of HopeSide Community Church. I hope that you have been able to enjoy these happy blessings. I hope the Lord will be there with us after the spiritual food that is being served. And I believe the physical food also will be served. So we want you to join us in Sister Mary's house. We will have the address, welcome table, please to pick it up and want to see there so that we all can fellowship with one another. Anyone needs prayer, visitation, anything, please to be able to contact us. We'll be very happy to be a part of you and your family. And thank you once again for being with us. May God bless each one of us as we go out with the all worship. Maranatha, Jesus is coming again.